So it is at the moment 1:16. I'm just finished preparing for tomorrow. Basically tomorrow will, I guess, change my life because I will be entering the next phase with this client, and I've been thinking about this moment for a while now, strategizing, thinking about everything, the costs, and I'm now at the point that I don't need to think about it anymore. It's a bit scary because basically what I'm doing now is giving myself a promotion and explaining myself to the client that what we are going to do now is really essential. And in a way it made me feel a little bit weird. It's uncomfortable because it's a new dynamic. So it's really a new dynamic that I'm entering right now. And it is nice. And mind you, this video is taken before the meeting actually happened, so I might come back tomorrow or later this month and say that we didn't do it, we didn't put it off, or that we did. And it's exciting times because this gives me the ability to work from home and really live free. What I just did with this company is really help this person from the bottom to where he is now and bringing it to his version of the top. And I never thought I would do that. Like, the initial goal of Media Links was just making content for businesses, but when you get your first client, you see the insights from the business, and then you discover more problems that need fixing, because every entrepreneur needs his first client. Like, that's so important, just to get your foot off the board. After the last video I made, some people gave me mad respect for what I'm doing right now, and even through that I got some new clients, because Lord knows only what is going to happen, so I leave it in his hands. And yeah, we also are going to build a website after this one, so everything is coming to fruition. Now that people know what I'm doing, now that people see what I'm doing, this is all the beginning. It's just the beginning. That's it. So my phone broke down, no storage. But I was saying, this is the part of the negotiation that is very important. This decides if you're going through with a client, and I'm making sure that everything is okay. I'm waiting on Isabel so we can enter the meeting together. It's pretty late, it's 7 o'clock here, or 8 o'clock here, almost. And I hope I do well, and I hope I end up with a good result, and if not, we tried. So let's get this tension of my body and enter in. So I'm about to enter a meeting with my client, and we are going to discuss phase 2 and also give him a proposal for what's next to come. And to be honest, I'm very, very nervous because this is the first time I had to propose something to a client, and it's different because you do everything in the best interest of the client, but because for me it's the first time actually proposing a new kind of deal with much bigger numbers, it's sometimes confronting because it has to do with your self-worth and how you see yourself in the moment and how you want to be perceived as. And this is the part of the negotiation that is very important. And so I just finished the meeting, and I'm left with a strange feeling because I came in with high and big demands and commandments, but I wouldn't say I choked, but there was a specific number that I want to call out, but sometimes when you read the room, you see that it's not possible. So sadly, I couldn't, offer that part that I wanted to offer, but I came out with a W because we came through with a deal, and we now signed a long-term contract that we are going to work with each other for a longer period. And at the end of the day, it's all about making money for yourself and making money for the client. And even though it is an investment, I think we can be proud of what we have accomplished today. And I need to sleep about it because I'm just fresh from the meeting. Isabel's filming now, and it's crazy that sometimes you start with something small and then you get in the rooms with serious conversations about what kind of money will we be making, how is the percentages, how is the deal structured. And that for me at the moment is that the negotiations, that's for me the part where I struggle a bit the most, because then you have to read the room, you have to be aware of what you can say in the room, to who you can say it. And tonight with this meeting, I felt as if I could say everything but that kind of number I wanted to say. And it's more like I understand why I couldn't say that. I won't mention it on the video, but sometimes you have the feeling that you want something so bad, and then when you are so close to it, like you can see it, like you can almost touch it, but you know that when you like bring up specific points, you know that there will be consequences. And I thought with saying what I wanted to say would bring up consequences, so I decided to not say it. But in the meeting I was like on my iPad and I was choking. I was like, should I say it, should I not, should I say it, should I not? So I was like, we let it pass it by. And yeah, so for now we are done with the meeting. I'm going home, ready to make some new steps for the next year. And that's it. So thank you for watching. So me being in the moment, I was hesitating about, should I say something, shouldn't I say something. But my partner also looked me in the eye like, yo, don't even try. And I was like, it was so uncomfortable to be in a situation, because you have a plan and you want to execute on a plan, and knowing that, you know, if you work with somebody that is on a tight budget, you are trying to push for the maximum, you know. And when you don't get that, it's getting uncomfortable because you have to execute. So we didn't do that, but what we went with it is like we did came to the conclusion that we are having a performance-based commission. So for every reservation that we create through the website, we get a commission from it. So this was the day after, and I feel pretty satisfied about it, even though I couldn't say the right number I wanted to say, but we came with it and we had a result, and I'm looking forward to show you the result. So that's it. When you work and you don't show it, they won't check you. But when you show some results or you show what you're doing, they are like, hey, let me join. And it's a funny dynamic how it works. And I'm happy with it as well, because it separates the real from the fake and the fake from the real. And also in my close circles, everywhere I go right now, I thought they would be making fun of what I do, but most of them have respect for it. Most of them appreciate it. Most of them watch it. And sometimes I have some few friends that make funny comments about it, but everybody would have that. And it's starting to feel okay and normal. And that's an interesting feeling. So what I wanted to add to this is like looking at what I've done in the past few months, as in what I did record. How can this be entertaining? Like, you just see how another person is doing his work. You should be doing your work. And me as well, I like to watch other people's work as well. But it's crazy that how somebody's life can be so interesting only if it comes to work. Like, I've spoken to some econ people, and the same thing applies there. Oh, there's a party over here. what it comes by is like everybody's doing this work, and it's pretty much dying. It's so boring. Work as a whole, work in general. Like it doesn't matter if you do e-com, trading, dropship. The actual work is very boring, and that people want to see that is what do you say that a real thing, because most of the people on social media and on the internet, they just like to show off, you know, the lifestyle. But now doing the work myself, it's not the lifestyle that is okay. The lifestyle is okay, it's great, it's nice, but looking or being in the moment right now is more like the work you do is like the thing that you will remember, or the milestones that you do or hit are the things that you will remember. So yeah, it's something that I still have to figure out, because I'm not yet at the level that I can say look at my lifestyle, but I'm not at a level that I'm like struggling to get income. I'm huge on watches, nobody knows that, but I like to buy watches, and I'm not on a Rolex level yet, but that would be a fun milestone, me sitting in this car right now and then saying like, yo, watch me next year buying a Rolex.
Dus Caliboy, ik heb net mijn show gehad in de Melkweg. En mijn waggie is veilig, ik ben hier bij parkingmolen park. Make sure wanneer je een plek zoekt, hier Leidseplein en omstreken, dat je hier komt. Parkingmolenpad, Caliboy 6, geweldige service, optap. Nog een keer shout-out naar Media Links, make sure voor alle links. Check die man. Follow, Instagram, like. Je ziet me, optap, Caliboy 6.
100.
Enjoy yourself tonight, baby. This is road trip. Hey. Hey. Okay. Come on. I'll piano. Ah.
So yesterday I had a blast. Like I couldn't have a better day like yesterday. Yesterday I promoted the garage. Kali Boy came over. We connected with him. We made some content, some appreciation, and the place went crazy. Like these are the things that I want to do, like connecting people, giving opportunities, getting opportunities, sharing knowledge. Like this is what it's all about. And then after that, we celebrated a little bit at Road Trip. Shout out to Jawin, shout out to Damien, Andy for the beautiful back-to-back performance as usual. Like those two are my guys. And now at the moment I'm going to Groningen because Damien has to perform there at Afro Beats. So we are going there for a big vibe, and I'm gonna take you there for real. So let's go. So we are at Groningen at the moment. But yeah, let's see what's Groningen all about. Afro Beats on a Saturday. Say less. Going home. So yesterday was a crazy day. We went out on a party, like a 2-hour drive to Groningen, and just this whole weekend was a vibe. The promotion for Media Links, linking up with Kali Boy, celebrating it. It has been a while that I've been like outside clubbing, and clubbing for me makes me like, you know, remind why I don't like clubbing, but also, how do you say that? It reminds me of the fact that you're just wasting time if you don't make money from clubbing or being outside. And but besides that, it's always nice to see my friends again, having a laugh, having good conversations. Like yesterday in the car, 2 hour drive back, like was very funny, very funny. I cannot go into details, but if you were there, you know. Right now I'm going to the barber because the boy needs to cut, freshen up. Tuesday's my birthday, 27, and I feel as if this is that everybody says like next year's my year, but with how everything is going right now with media links, Bowpacks, my personal endeavors, like everything is lined up for like the next phase of my life, and I'm looking forward to making progress, real physical progress. And fun thing is, in 2020 I was broke, had no money, and I had a little bit money saved up to buy the Jordan 1 Mocha. And because I had to pay rent, I didn't have money to buy the shoe. But now I'm going to buy the shoe for myself as a birthday present, just to remind myself from where I came from. And I will buy like the low ones. I don't like high tops, but the lower Jordan Mochas, just as a reminder for myself that, yo, keep believing, keep doing your thing, and you will get there. And I will also buy myself a new watch, as I told earlier. But yeah, also considering buying a DJI camera, because now I'm filming on my phone, and it's it's not bad, but sometimes the storage on the phone is very bad, so to say. But yeah, exciting times. So with this promo as well, like that we have been doing for Park Molopot, I have made some very interesting connections, and every time I post or every time I make content about what I do, I get so much positive feedback about it, and that like people are willing to join me, help me, even some people that want to invest, like, this thing is not for sale. But yeah, the kind of love and support I've been getting is like crazy, and it drives me to do like more videos, make more content, to do more things. Because if I look at it right now, it's like my role in my company is basically getting clients, managing systems and operations, and making sure that everything and everybody is okay. I'm not very involved in the day-to-day. Isabel is that. So most of the times I'll be nurturing new connections, and with this new project, as this new promotion, I don't want to say I expect people to come, but I will let the work speak for itself, and I will also make a breakdown of what I did and how I did it, so people can see what I'm doing for people like this, like Park Molopot, and exciting times. And our next project is on the go already. I'm visiting tomorrow to our new client, so we're gonna see how it works and how it is. Today we're going to visit our new client. If I can film, we will film. But today is more about getting to know the client and seeing what we can do for her, and also getting a vibe of what she does. So it's over there. Gonna go in, and then we're going to see. It's funny to see how you like go to the dental practice to check in, and now you're going to help the dental practice hard. No, I have to say it good.
Dental hygienist.
Dental hygienist. So basically today's my birthday. I became 27 today. As well with this year, I'm like, just keep doing your thing, and eventually people will see what you're doing. And I told you as well that this year was finished, but it isn't, because launching this new project, finishing this project with the parking garage opened up some new doors, some new connections. Yesterday I closed a dental hygienist client, so we will be working with them in coming to new year. I also got a new VA that also changed the business as a whole internally. So I'm making progressions for the future from the inside, as I told you I would do. And it's nice. It's nice that we are really getting the structure. Also, next year we're getting a website, and it's nice to see that people start to recognize what I'm doing, what I'm building, how it looks, who I'm building it with, and then I'm getting good feedback from it. Like it's been 4 years, 4 or 3 years now that I'm like an entrepreneur now, and I guess this is past 1 year and a half of having a concept that really works. So this coming year, 2025, is just the beginning for me as an entrepreneur, me as an investor, and I'm really embracing it, like taking all in the comments, the reactions, even though noticing that making my own content makes me consume less content of others, but yet also made me realize that most people, their lives aren't interesting, because when I started creating videos and photos and such things, it sounds crazy, but I rewatch my own videos just to get a grasp of that version of me in that video in that moment. And it's so interesting to feel and like hear from other people like, yo, your videos are cool. Because I thought like most people would like laugh at it, like see me as a joke, but people actually start to respect me more for putting out the work, showing it step by step. And I never thought it would be like that. And even though it's still on a small scale, it's nice to see. So yeah, it's crazy that with being a year older, I feel as if there's more urgency to, you know, progress through life. It's only 3 years now, and I'm 30. So not this. Yeah, there's an urgency. Like I need to like upgrade as soon as possible, but also like on a good way. So I'm not here to rush. I'm here just to take slow steps, feel as fast as possible as well, because that gives me good feedback, and grow in the meantime. Yeah. This year can be summed up in one word, in its emotion. Why? Because I've encountered so many difficult things that I had to overcome, so many insecurities, like for example, taking a pay cut, working less in a business to focus on my own business, having nights that I'm like insecure about, damn, am I really going to do this? Am I really going to like step back, take some less hours on work, get paid less to focus on my goals and dreams? If it comes to relationships, like yeah, how do you say that? I've encountered beautiful people, women that I thought like, yo, I could settle for, but end up doing me wrong, and not and from a point where I understand where the wrongdoing comes from. And also, for me, it's a red flag when people say they can communicate but can communicate in their actions. Like that's a red flag for me. So everybody that's telling me, yo, I can communicate, I see to the to the facade, to the vague answers and shit. But that also made me question more like, yo, what's in it? Like relationships nowadays are most of them are toxic. Most of them can't communicate. Most of them, you know, aren't really ready for what they want. And not to say that men are, but people in general, like we intoxicate each other for no reason. And when you see all those like strange things happen, you keep yourself from the sidelines. You keep yourself on the sidelines, because if you know what you want for your partner, from your future wife, so to say, for my situation, you don't tolerate certain things. And even with that said, everybody has their problem and their issues and such things. So I'm not saying, yo, I want a perfect woman, but more saying like, if a person is struggling with certain things and you want me to be your partner, just be open about it. I've encountered many women, and it sounds as many, but there were just a few. But I've encountered women that just told me like, yo, you're an amazing man, but I'm not ready for it. And that's like the most sincere rejection I can get. Like, I understand that you're not ready for it. I understand that, you have other things on your mind, and you're busy with your, personal growth. And I can admire that. I respect that. And then on the opposite, you have like people that leave you on the gray, people that leave you without communication, but are posting about dumb shit, even though like they cannot uphold their own words. Or you have the funny type that they ignore you and they post in a story like all those dumb things. I like, yo, those are the people that are screaming, yo, I want a relationship, but aren't ready for it. And that for me is like, it's all clowns, not all of them, but most of them. And yeah, for me as well as a man, I'm grown through it as well, because sometimes I think like, yes, I want to settle, man. I want to settle. I want to have a wife. I want to start a family. But then you encounter that kind of things, and then I'm like, why would I? Like, why would I? And not to say that everybody's like this, because, or the opposite, men can also be like this as well. But it's hard sometimes, Sometimes you think you can trust somebody with your feelings or emotions, and then you tell them certain things, and then they leave you behind because they cannot manage their own emotions. But they told you like, yo, I can communicate, I'm emotional available, then they leave you hanging. And as a man is in this scenario, it's difficult. My mom talking about like, yo, where's your girlfriend? Where's your this? And I'm like, bruh, I'm single, man. I'm single. And also it's a decision, because I have businesses to run, I have to grow. I'm not, in my own words, the ideal man. As in, ask yourself this question: would you date yourself? Would you date yourself? And I'm at the point, like 70% there, that I would say yes, but there's still 30% I want to fix. And realistically, I need to fix 20% of it, or 15%, to say, yeah, man, I want to date myself. And I'm also aware of that. And I'm also aware that I'm not everybody's type of person, type of partner, type of man. And that's okay, as long as I'm okay with myself, going through the motions, making mistakes, growing as well. Who's to blame? I'm just here to, get better at the things that I want to do and I want to achieve. Getting clients, speaking to clients, negotiating things. Like, you will see me struggle with creating a proposition and not even able to be like execute on a proposition, because your hands are tied if it comes to financial situations. And that's also about managing the situation in the moment. Like, the plan can be on the table, but if you feel that there's no room for the execution, then you have to let it slide. And that was the most, I guess the most difficult thing to do, because when you make a plan, you also make projections of what the plan could look like if the process goes through. And when it doesn't, it changes the whole plot. But you cannot be sad, because if three things out of your plan, no, if the two things out of the three things you planned goes right, you cannot be mad at that. Like, that's the cost of doing business. You won't get it your way anytime or always. And that's something I had to, manage, because in a way I was disappointed by not getting all three. But then again, you have to think long play. And that's something I had to deal with as well. And to end this somber tone, I had some fun this year. Like, yo, Portugal was crazy. Vacations were crazy. Like, Valencia was crazy. And this year, I'm going to Barcelona and Portugal again. That's our next year. So, and more. I want to go to Angola as well. Back to the roots from my mom's side. But yeah, there are so many things I still need to see. There are so many things I still need to do. And if it comes to having a partner, basically my partner has to understand what I'm doing. Has to be aware, has to be supportive, has to be a little bit crazy, because the things that I will mention and the things that I will do are not everyday things. I'm not working a 9 to 5. I'm not bashing a 9 to 5, because I've worked for companies that have a nice working culture, have nice clients, have nice co-workers. Like, that period of my life where I did that was like the most safest I've ever been. But now I'm on edge like every day. As in thinking about, okay, I have the business now, I'm running now, I have this much responsibilities now. I cannot like mess up things, I cannot be unprofessional. And in those whole process, I need to think about I'm still human, I'm not a machine. And some of my friends say like, yo, you always think black and white, think a little bit gray. And that gray part of life is not something I'm good at, you know? Like I read certain books that make you think black and white because it's simple. But as a person, as a human, you have gray spots. You have gray spots. And that is something that you have to manage as well. And if you don't have gray spots, people will bring on their gray spots on you. And with people and with managing people, that's the case. Like it is nice and also like difficult to see how people put their own emotions on you to expect that you can handle the emotion. Most of the time I can, but sometimes I'm like, yo, that's crazy. Like how they react to me, how they talk to me, how like sometimes they disrespect me. For me to be like calm and collected and strategic about everything I say and do. Sometimes it's hard, but I guess it's just part of the journey. It's part of the job. Managing emotions for myself and others is something that I manage to do very well, but only notice that like in the past 2.5 years, like being emotional, aware of your surroundings, reading the room, in negotiations, in friendships, in connections. It's in friendships if I didn't mention that, but I'm all aware. Even I'm also aware of people that do me wrong and people that deserve a reaction, maybe not a good one, but also letting that slide. Like there's no gain from fighting negativity with negativity. There's no gain from that. It's only ego. And I've left my ego a few years ago, like on the hard way, because I needed to. And in this life, people will do you wrong. Doesn't matter how good you are to them, they will do you wrong. And most of the times it's their own insecurities. Most of the time it's their lack of information, lack of context. They will judge you for it. They will say that you have changed, but reality is that if people say to you that you are changed, they didn't change. So never blame yourself on progressing, growing, and wanting more from yourself. Like I want more for myself. That means I need to do things differently. Like last weekend we were out in the club, and it reminded me why I'm not in the club that often anymore. And also what I told in my earlier videos, like sometimes I like to go out just to be reminded that this is not where I want to be. But even though through that I created media links. So there is always an opportunity to do something somewhere. And most people just need to be reminded of who they are, and knowing that what you do in life and how you do in life will always reflect on your own life, your bank balance, your people, family, friends. Life will show it again and again and again. But it's on you if you want to listen to it or not. 27, my guy. 27. It's crazy. It's crazy. Came back from a party for my agency, my ex-agency, so to say. I don't know how you say it in English. I decided to quit being a model to pursue this venture I'm on. And my head booker agent said to me, "Hey, would you like to come to this party?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure, why not?" And it creeped in, like the FOMO, the fear of missing out, like knowing that this is probably going to be your last party that you are going to be with, like the family, because in between models, my agency, my past agency, was like family. Like I was one of the first men there. Really started to build something there, but at the end of the day, it didn't feel like I wanted to be a model anymore. But when I was at the party and I saw everybody again, it was like, yo, it was really a homecoming, you know. And then saying goodbye to everybody, it felt so hard. It felt so different because normally you say goodbye and then most of the time you see them again like later the year. But now with this end of the year, knowing that this will be your last invitation to those kind of parties, those kinds of situations, is like sad. And it gives me FOMO because I know how it feels, you know. Oh, I know how it feels, so it's sad, but it's the path that I've chosen for myself. And I'm very sad at the moment. Like I'm really going to miss that part of myself, like being a model, the attention, the fun, the bookings. But yeah, it's all for a greater cause. And I'm happy about the choice. But in the moment right now, I feel sad because it's a part of my identity that is being left behind. And also for those things, they are going to be filled up with other emotions and joy. And that's what I know as well. But at the moment, feeling how I feel, yeah. Yeah, it's not a bad day or a bad feeling, but it's more like, you know, you'll miss it. It's like, you know, that feeling when you know that's over, and you know there's no coming back from it. This is it. I'm going to the office right now. We have a new promotion again. Today it's with artist and producer called Esco. Esco has a show in the Milky Way. So basically what we are going to do is the same thing that we did with Cali Boy. And yeah, really that collab with Cali Boy opened a lot of doors, because now Esco's also here with us. We're gonna make a promotion shoot, a video before and after, and that's it. So I'm now going to the office and doing some basic work. Well, day's over, and it didn't go as planned. Like, I'm sad because we could have pulled so much out of it, like, you know, promotion wise, for the business, for the company. And it's tough because when you have like opportunities like this, they don't come often. You know, with the first one we open doors, the next one we have to set a tempo, set the same level. And for me, I didn't feel that way, like we didn't do that. And of course, circumstances happened, but I think with this kind of things, you have to be on your A game. You have to know, you have to be there, you have to be sharp. And I feel as if we didn't like, you know, do that. And that wasn't even my fault. I was like left out of the process in the important parts, you know. But we take this one as a lesson. We learn from it. Fun update. He did promote us, so yeah. But structure-wise, how we did it is not optimal. It's now almost 2 o'clock, and it's 1:30. It's 1:30, and I'm almost home. days like this, like I was like today, Monday, like I was very I was like so excited for this moment, and then for it to go this way is like disappointing. But yeah, I don't know what to say. I'm sad. Like I'm not happy about it. But as well, you learn from this moments. Like, yeah, it is what it is. Today is Tuesday, and I thought that December was over, but what? December has been crazy. Like promotions, new clients, influencers. I could have had it any better way to start with. Mind you, this is my first client as well, and my client as well, and it's crazy, like the support I'm getting right now. Everybody's seeing the work, the progression, and I thought in previous videos like my year is over, but this is just a preview for what's coming next year. Like if it can go this hard without any promotion from my side, imagine what it will do if I would promote it myself. Like it's crazy, it's very crazy. Like this is just the beginning. So this is actually a live reaction to a new watch I received